Namaste. Think about all the favorite movies you've ever watched. I will bet that most of us will say are the Walt Disney movies. Walt Disney was one of the geniuses of the 20th century who captivated everybody with his creative imagination by transferring human qualities into adorable little animals. Walt Disney was not the first, though, in displaying such human emotions through animals. Hans Christian Andersen, another famous author of his time, had written famous works, such as The Ugly Duckling. Going back even long time ago was the Greek slave Aesop, who created the famous Aesop fables that we are all familiar with today. Who has not heard of the hare and tortoise and the famous motto that we've learned from it, that being slow and steady has won every race? He did this more than 2,500 years ago, but even perhaps older than that were the many stories transmitted orally involving animals with human characteristics in India. Today I'm going to talk about the famous childhood Panchatantra stories. These stories are presented by animals that are imposed with human qualities and how they behave. These stories are based on 5 topics: Mitra Labha, the acquisitions of friends; Mitra Beda, the dividing and ruling of friends; Kakolukyam, which deals with the hereditary enemies; Labdh, the loss of acquisitions; Aparikshit Karakam, which deals with the inconsiderate actions. Do you guys know how these stories have come into existence? There was a king named Amar Shakti who ruled a state called Mahila Rupya. Vishnu Sharma, the author of Panchatantra, took the challenge of imparting worldly knowledge to the sons of the king within the short period of 6 months, as was the conditions. To do this, Vishnu Sharma took the existing stories that have been transmitted orally since the Vedic times. He put these stories into writing some 2,000 years ago. In this series that I'm starting, I'll be exploring some of my favorite Panchatantra stories and the morals taught by them. Stay tuned.